prison when Javian was 3 years old. I came home when the first day I got out of prison, I went and got all my children. We didn't even have anywhere to go. I went and got my babies. We had 3 garbage bags of clothes. My mother was dead. My grandmother was dead. We had absolutely no one and nobody. I know I ain't got to explain myself, sis, but we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about what's going on with our sons, what they telling them. We got to have this conversation. My children. This ain't liquor, this water. I went and got my children, and we went to the Atlanta mission. I was released from prison, and I was given a $25 check, and that was all I had. And I went and got my babies, and we struggled, but I kept them with me, and I kept them together. It was very hard raising my son Javian because I knew he was different, but I loved him. And I tried to deal with all of his situations. Back and forth to the school, back and forth trying to find programs, back and forth trying to find mentors, just trying to do everything that I could to put him on the right path. Now, I don't deal with disrespectful children in my house, especially none that I gave birth to, right? And that goes for all my sons and my daughters. People think that just because this son is gay or because this son think that he's a woman, that he's supposed to be treated differently from my other children. I have 5 children. I got 3 boys and 2 girls. I don't have these type of problems with my other children. I don't have any child. Ain't none of my children ever disrespected me. Y'all can go ahead with the comments. All y'all people that's fans of Jay and watch his page and listen to the bullshit he say, go right ahead. But right now, mama talking. Because I'm going to tell you something. The one thing I wish his daddy had did, I really wish his father would have raised him to be a man, not only a man, but a man that respects women. And because his father did not raise him or teach him to be a man or teach him to respect women, this is what I am dealing with right now. Now, when we are telling these young men, and I done dealt with it, and one of my fingers, this finger right here don't even bend, for me and my son fighting, like just fighting. Back and forth to the hospital, back and forth to the doctors, back and forth to the school, all of these programs, all of this stuff, right? It was me. Daddy never took him to the barbershop, not one time. Daddy never took him to any football, any basketball, anything. Daddy would drop by, drop some money off, keep it moving, right? Keep it moving. Now, in your mind, and this is what I dealt with, because you think that you are a woman, somehow you think that you are on my level. Somehow you think that you are supposed to challenge me. Somehow you think that you can raise a hand to me. And this is stuff that's been going on since Jay was 14, 15 years old. And you have to ask his brothers about it. We're in the house. I haven't had to fight men in my house. I haven't had to fight the fathers of my children. I haven't had to fight my husband. I know damn well I don't have to fight my son because he thinks that he's a woman. Now, first of all, and people on here just talking, they don't know what the fuck was going on with me, my baby daddy, and our son. They don't know what conversations me and my son's father had in regards to our son. They don't know what type of conversations his father had with him. If you go on his daddy page, you ain't gonna see not one picture of him. He can't post a picture of him and his daddy. I know who the fuck was there. So I get aggravated because, for one, where's your respect for the woman that raised you when your daddy was in the motherfucking streets? Where's your respect for women, period? And the problem is that society makes them believe or wants them to believe all these crazy delusional motherfuckers in my comment when I know that's a grown man with a dick and man strength. Because I'm the one that tussled with him. When a motherfucker got hit by a car, almost died, I was the one standing by the bedside. When anything ever happened to him, I was the one. I was just with him yesterday. When he was on live yesterday, I'm the one took him to the crime scene to see his father. So people, he's not a child. Stop saying that motherfucker's a child. That's a grown-ass man with a dick with his own fucking apartment that pay his own bills. Stop saying that that's a child. That's not a child. He was a child. And when he was a child, he was disrespectful as fuck. And he's still disrespectful. Now, as a mother, as a woman, I'm not going to sit around no man that disrespect me. No man. I'm not sitting around any man that's going to call me a bitch or feel like he can put his hands on me. That's me as a woman, and I got the right to do that as a woman. You think I'm supposed to do it just because it's my son? So because my son think he is a woman, it's supposed to be okay for him to disrespect his mother and raise his hand? So let me tell you something. All these people talking about respect their pronoun. I ain't respecting shit. That is a grown man with a dick. That is a grown man with a dick. That is a grown man. It is not a woman. Now, the reason why I will not address him as a woman is because, first of all, he need to understand that he a man. He need to understand that he's a man. And I'm the parent, right? He didn't fucking have me. I laid on my back and I had him. I don't have to respect a motherfucker that don't respect me that I gave life to. I raised him on my own. None of these people in the comments, none of these people leaving comments, none of y'all wasn't there. Y'all didn't help. Y'all didn't do anything. Y'all didn't make no sacrifice. So here is the thing. I'm not ever going to acknowledge him as a woman because he's not a woman. Society wants our children to not only be confused, right? They want to put them on this road to destruction. Now, here's the thing right here. Y'all want to say he's a woman, make him feel like he's a woman. So what if he come over here and feel like he can swing on me and then my husband beat the shit out of him? Or what about when my other sons get hold to him and beat the shit out of him for disrespecting his mama? What about when his two brothers get hold to him and beat the shit out of him for disrespecting his mother? Nobody should condone him disrespecting his mother. And I don't give a fuck if I never have a relationship with him. That's what y'all don't understand. See, what people have to understand is this. I'm a mother with 5 children, okay? He ain't got but one mama and one daddy. I got 2 other sons. When Jay want to act like he an asshole or be on his bullshit and feel like he don't need nobody, guess what? He can go do that. My house is not going to be empty. One of my sons or one of my daughters is always going to be running through here. I have to demand respect from my children. And that respect don't come like, you don't give me the ultimatum to say, I ain't going to respect you unless you call me a woman. Motherfucker, I'm not calling you no woman because I know what I gave birth to. I know who I gave birth to. Now, the video that JVN put up the other day, somebody saying if you respect her, she'll respect. That's where y'all wrong at. That's where y'all wrong at. See, society got it fucked up. They think the parents supposed to kiss the children ass. Who the fuck gonna do that? I ain't kissing his ass. And see, one thing I know about law, moral law, and the way things work, when you don't have no respect for your parents, especially your parent that sacrificed for you, because all of this shit y'all looking at, these videos he making, my daddy was the only person I ever had. I ain't got nobody. How your daddy done did 10 years? He got locked up when you was 10 years old. He just came home last year. Now he dead. How he the only person you ever had? And I'm not saying that his father wouldn't have been there. What I'm saying is his father was not there because his father was in prison. I did everything. Now, you don't have the right to disrespect me because you can't make me call you a woman. See, this is what this is all about. And all his little gay ass friends that's on here, all his little tranny friends and shit, they're talking about you sick and he's a woman and stop misgendering him. I'm not doing that. And no, his father did not support him. See, y'all got it wrong. See, his father never agreed with him thinking that he's no woman. This thing could get deep. I got all type of text messages and conversations. His father did not agree with that. But his father was on a guilt trip. If you go back and listen to the song that's on my page, his father said, I feel like it's my fault he turned gay. Yeah, because you didn't raise him. Because you didn't put nothing in him. Instead, and it's over and it's done now. But we're going to talk about our communities and we're going to talk about how we're going to try to get things right. And if y'all got to use my life as an example, and if y'all have to use my relationship with my son as an example for us to get better as a community, then so be it. Because right now, what I'm representing right now and my family, we are statistics. We are all statistics. So the father get locked up. The father go to prison. The father leaves his son, right? The government steps in. His daddy left when he was 10 years old, came back home, and this motherfucker talking about he a grown woman. That's part of what's wrong with our society. When we remove the father from the home. That's part of it. His father come home after being gone 10 years. His daddy just want to support him. His daddy didn't agree with that shit. That's why you don't see Jay on his father's page. His father did not support him being or thinking that he is a woman. That's why you don't see any pictures of Jay being a woman on his father's page. Now, does his father love him? Absolutely. Do I love him? Absolutely. Do that mean because I say I love him that I have to allow him to disrespect me? He don't have that type of mama, baby. I wasn't born with no motherfucking spoon in my mouth. I didn't come from the perfect family. I came from a dysfunctional family. And I am very strong. And I'm not going to allow any of my children to disrespect me. Whether it's one of my other sons that are 6'5" and 6'6" and know that they are man, or whether it is my son that thinks he is a woman. Just because you believe or think in your mind that you are a woman does not give you the right to feel as though that you can put your hands on women. And when you got a disrespectful motherfucker like my son, and if any of you watch him, and you see how he talks to people, even on bingo, not just me. Not just me. If we want to talk about how he went in on Jocelyn or any of the other women, when y'all DMing me talking about, oh, Angela, your son's so disrespectful. What's wrong with him? This, and that. When you see him being disrespectful to those women, you never thought that he could also be disrespectful to his own mama. Now, I don't bow down to my children. Respect, I demand respect from everything that I gave life to. He don't get a pass because he think he a woman. He does not get a pass to not only disrespect me, but every teacher. Look, Jamin has been putting out of school for assaulting his own teachers, females, teachers in the school. I've never seen, when he was coming up, Javian fight men or fight boys. It was always girls. I do not condone it. I do not support it. I do not have to support a son who is disrespectful. I do not have to comfort somebody that is disrespecting me, calling me out of my name, telling me he hope I die. Listen, Thanksgiving, Javian was over here. That's the last time Javian was over my house, Thanksgiving. We was all together. We put up the pictures and stuff on our page, right? Me and Javian ended up getting into it a couple of days after Thanksgiving because somebody sent me a picture of my son with his ass out, right? Shaking his ass, talking about he got a pussy. I texted him, I said, son, you a man. You ain't got no business wiggling your ass on IG for nobody to see it. Son, you don't have no business talking about you got a pussy. Son, even if you are going to live your life that way, why not have some respect for yourself? Now, I have daughters. I don't want my daughters wiggling and showing their ass. Y'all telling me that because this is a boy that thinks that he's a fucking girl, that it's supposed to be okay? And you are telling me that as a mama, I'm supposed to want to see my grown ass son with a wig on, wiggling his motherfucking ass on the fucking internet, talking about he got a pussy when I know you got a dick? Talking about, ooh, did you hear that? My pussy popped. Bitch, how? So me, I get just as ignorant. I get just as ignorant because if I can't bring you up to my level and we can't have a conversation and I can't help you understand, right, that regardless of how you choose to live your life, you still need to have some respect about yourself. You still need to carry yourself with some type of dignity. I'm also explaining to this little hard-headed motherfucker because he mine. Son, what you do on the internet right now is going to follow you for the rest of your life. 10, 15 years from now, you're going to be another person. You're going to be at another place in your life. Whatever you put out on the internet is going to follow you forever. That is my son. I got the right to tell him that. Whether he listens or not, as a mother, I have to tell him that. Now his little fans and shit that like to look at ass and booty hole, they want to clap. They want to clap. They want to be proud of it. The new key is to see grown at, and this is my thing, because y'all know I'm a fool for history and I know about slavery, and we talk about the black community and we talk about buck breaking, about how they used to rape these black men and make them walk around with their ass all out. Like, my thing is, have some fucking respect for yourself. You got people want to tell me I'm supposed to accept it. It's supposed to be okay. Why? Because that's what society say. I'm not his motherfucking friend. I'm his mama. I don't want my son embarrassing himself. I don't want my son embarrassing me. But more so, embarrassing himself, because at the end of the day, everybody knows that he's grown and I don't have absolutely no control. But that don't make me as a parent say that I'm not going to pull his coattail, that I'm not going to remind him of who he is or who he is destined to be. And I'm not going to allow society to tell me that because they say, right, that our men will be women, that I gotta believe. I don't believe it. You know why? Because the difference between me and them is that they'll eat them up and spit it out. See, it's all entertainment for them.